Steve, first of all, trips and travel, everything like that, set you up well.
Yeah, it was great. Our guys flew in yesterday from Morgantown. The staff flew out of Pittsburgh, got in late last night, but being able to get up, have a nice breakfast, get a great practice in today. Weather held up for us, a little bit of sprinkle, but it's been good. We spent an hour 15 on the field. That's an NCAA allotment for time. Now we'll go back, hang out with the team, have a nice dinner, get ready to play tomorrow.
I know you go through your normal practice things, but are there things that you emphasize when it's the first time in a new park for your team?
There is. You got to make sure that you get some steel starts. We're going to play on a natural surface, so the dirt is obviously different than the turf. In the outfield, their warning track is an elevated hill, so you got to get the outfielders used to that. Foul territory is different at every park that you go to, so you try to get some fly balls in foul territory so the infielders can feel that out. And as important as anything for the hitters is just seeing the backdrop, the hitter's eye, for the pitchers to get on the mound and see what it's going to feel like. So talk to the team about visualizing success and when there's fans in here and what that's going to feel like tomorrow. The more you see it, the more comfortable you get.
I know on selection day you said you would be going through a lot of different matchups, see what lineups may work best. How much of where you're playing plays into that?
It certainly can. I think throughout the 60 games that you play, you really match up. You use your depth. You figure out what the best matchup for each guy is, and you try to hold on to that as long as you can. And then as you get closer and closer towards the playoffs or the postseason, a lot of it comes down to trust. So who has showed up every day and worked their butt off and done everything right and is in a great mental state to compete at the highest level. I think the mentality is probably the most important thing when it comes to postseason baseball. You just have to be very clear and confident in your skills. So I think that may come into play even more than matchups this week.
Who will you be looking to start game one for you guys?
Haven't made that choice quite yet. Griffin Kern and Jack Kartsonis are our two starters that have got the most starts over the course of the last month or so, and so it'll be one of those two donkeys.
What are you looking for in that? What are you looking for when you make that decision?
We want a guy that will throw strikes, compete, matches up with their offense a little bit. They run a lot. I think they have over 120 stolen bases on the year, so we need somebody that can control the run game. We need somebody that can handle bunts as well. So that's definitely in consideration, but they can't bunt or run if they don't get on base. So you need someone to go attack the strike zone and limit base runners.
Can someone have a great day in the cage today and change your thinking a little bit?
I think every day somebody can change your thinking a little bit. You watch every pitch, but that starts from the fall and you're always playing that game. You don't want recency bias to completely take over, so you take notes along the way and make sure you recognize what people have done over the course of their season and their career and what their stats suggest. But there is a reality to how you're playing right now. I think that matters.
At what point do you put a pin in it and say, okay, these are our decisions, that's it? How many hours before game time?
Normally on the bus ride over, Kentucky does it a little bit different. They usually announce their starting pitcher an hour before game time, so that does matter. Lefty, righty, they have two righties that they've been throwing Friday, Saturday, a lefty that's probably been their best guy throwing on Sunday, statistically best guy, and so that'll dictate our lineup a little bit, so we might have to wait a little bit longer than we traditionally do.
Finally, Skylar said the idea of having fun being the most important thing for this team. It's a message from the coaches, but really the players have pushed that out to the coaches too. When did you start hearing that consistently and understand how important that was for this team?
I think probably heading into the Big 12 tournament. These guys have had their head down and just worked and accomplished and done things that have never been done in program history before. And so I think it was time for them to recognize how special they've been, but they're grinders and they're workers. And over the course of 60 games, it's not football where you get up for a couple hours and you're raw for that time. It's just a long season. So over the course of the season, I think oftentimes the teams in the postseason, when you watch enough baseball, you start seeing the guys that are loose and have fun and enjoy each other. They really are a team. Those are the teams that go far. And we learned that a lot last year. Our best season in program history. We had guys acting like monkeys in the outfield and having fun and playing loose. And so I've really challenged our guys. You wouldn't think with 18 to 24-year-olds you challenge them to have fun, but I feel like that's mandatory for this team. And our coaching staff is serious, and we prepare harder than anybody in the nation. And because of that, I think sometimes it can be serious. And so for us, we made a conscious effort as a staff and as players to go do it, man. This is your opportunity. You guys have got us here. Now go have fun with the boys, enjoy it, and try to go win some ball games.